What's up, guys? I'm gonna teach you guys how to build credit fast. So listen, pretty much, I've had these two credit cards for a little bit of time. Sorry, I don't know why I said a little bit. I've had them for quite a while actually. And I've had my credit increased, I wanna say fairly quickly over the time that I've had the cards. I've had the cards for obviously a couple years. So I recently just got another credit card. I got a Neo credit card, Hudson Bay rewards, whatever. I got approved for $7,000. So whatever. I took the card and I've been using it here and there. I've only had the card for probably 4 or 5 months, something like that. And I actually just got an email the other day. I'm gonna throw that email somewhere in this picture. And yeah, and I got approved for $1,000 more. And I mean, I've only had the card for maybe 4 or 5 months. So in total, I have about probably $30,000 in credit, also including my line of credit. But how I was able to get all these increases, or how they increased fairly quickly, is I pretty much just did this. I'm gonna keep it extremely simple. Whatever your credit card is, let's say you have a $5,000 credit card, right? Your limit is $5,000. If you use your credit card and spend 4 grand, you need to pay it off right away. The credit card company wants to see that you're able to deal with your amount of money, right? So if you have a $5,000 card and you spend 4 grand, it is better to pay it off right away. So what am I saying? You need to be, how do I say, responsible. You can't just be like, all right, you know what? I got a credit card. Let me run it up and then not pay it. That will ding your credit. You won't get any increases and you won't be a cool kid. I pretty much would always only bite off what I could chew, not anymore. So if I have a $5,000 limit, I would spend, $1,000, pay it off, or maybe 2 grand, pay it off. There's a specific number that you can't cross over. You can, but if you do, you need to pay it off right away. So it's pretty simple, right? That's what I've done. That's what I've been doing. My credit has always only went up. I think my credit score is about maybe 760, 770. And I don't work on the books per se. I'll talk about that more later because I work for myself, whatever. But with that being said, that's the fastest way to increase your scores. Let's say, you have, 1 credit card, 2 credit cards. Just use them, but don't get too excited. Only be that excited if you have the money to pay it off right away. You know what I mean? Because these companies will be able to see that you are able to deal with your money properly and manage it. You don't rack up a $5,000 card and let it sit there and only make minimum payments. It's another big thing too. If you do need to spend a lot of money on a card, because you might need to, credit cards are good plan Bs. That's what I like to use them for anyways. It's good to kind of, it's good to use them when you really need to, or whatever the case may be. Whatever you want to use your credit card for, when you have a minimum payment, let's say, and your balance is high, pay more than the minimum payment. That will always be the better option. Do not pay the minimum payment. Pay higher. So if you got a $5,000 credit card, you spent $4,000, your statement balance says you got to pay $50 this month just for the minimum payment, pay at least $120. Pay $100. As long as it's more, your credit will always increase. And don't necessarily worry about there being a balance on your card. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's not going to ding you or hinder you from getting wicked awesome credit, or be at, a credit score of 900. Don't worry, just do those things, stay on top of it, and keep it balanced. You'll have wicked high credit. If you guys want to leave anything down in the comments and say how you use your credit or what your credit score is, or if you have any questions, ask me. I mean, this is what works for me, and I mean, my credit's fairly decent. It's not perfect. I mean, if I want to have a perfect credit score, you'd probably have to take out a loan, blah, blah, blah. We won't really get into that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think.